A fire phoenix was unfortunately caught in an iron net. The man who captured it originally planned to present it to the king, but the poor phoenix pleaded for its life, and then, incredibly, shed a single scalding tear. The man was moved with compassion and untangled the heavy iron net. Freed, the phoenix soared into the sky like it had been reborn from the ashes. Before it flew off, it looked back at the man with gratitude and flapped its great wings as it ascended into the clouds. Phoenixes have always symbolized good fortune, and if this one had left behind some token, surely blessings and success would follow. To thank the man for sparing its life, the phoenix left behind a single original feather, said to possess the power to protect the man from harm in times of danger. The man's name was Afanti. Because he failed to bring the phoenix to the king, he was arrested by royal decree. Afanti had hoped the phoenix feather would at least prove he'd encountered the mythical bird. But to his horror, the feather had lost its luster. It looked even scruffier than a chicken feather. Everyone present burst into laughter. The king believed Afanti was mocking him and ordered his immediate execution. Just as the executioner raised the axe, the original feather suddenly burst into flames. To everyone's amazement, a phoenix appeared in the sky above. It had sensed Afanti was in danger and arrived just in time. It landed above the town, its warm flames casting a comforting glow over everything below. Now, no one doubted Afanti's story. He was hailed as a hero. Although the king felt resentful, he had no choice but to pardon Afanti and reward him. But deep down, he was consumed with jealousy and planted a seed of resentment in his heart. Not long after, the king gave Afanti another task. He was to travel to the peak of the snow mountain, awaken the ice princess, and bring her back to marry the king. The king knew this journey was perilous and was certain Afanti would never return. What he didn't know was that Afanti had a magical little donkey. In no time, the man and his donkey reached the mountaintop, only to be blocked by a massive frozen door. As Afanti stood in confusion, the phoenix feather ignited again and dove straight into the icy gate. In an instant, the thick ice melted into a pool of water. Cautiously, Afanti stepped inside the palace and finally laid eyes on the legendary ice princess. At that moment, the feather released another burst of magic, waking the princess from her slumber. But when she learned she was to marry an old, wrinkled king, she flat out refused, declaring she'd rather die. She grabbed Afanti and leapt off a cliff. Fortunately, the little donkey flapped its wings and swooped in just in time to save them both. Afanti brought the princess back to the royal palace, but she refused to marry the king, claiming she was missing her grandmother's heirloom, an ocean heart ring. When the king found out a giant whale had swallowed the ring, he summoned Afanti again and ordered him to retrieve it. The scene shifted to Afanti riding his winged donkey across the vast ocean, but a flock of seagulls crashed into them, knocking Afanti into the sea. When the donkey pulled him back to safety, they suddenly spotted a massive deep-sea whale chained to the surface of the water.